You know, the biggest change I've seen in Congress is Israel literally owned Congress. You understand that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And it was so powerful. And we're not talking about over a very long period of time. But I think you know exactly what I'm saying. They had such power. Israel had such power, and rightfully, over Congress, and now it doesn't.
And let's put this right at the end of that last segment. Here's Charlie Kirk telling you what they should be doing and what people at TPUSA should be doing.
I'm going to continue to ask the question. A 20-hour response in a country the size of New Jersey. That begs a big explanation. And more importantly, America is significantly underwriting the Israeli government $4 billion a year. We as American taxpayers deserve answers to this. We deserve answers. Also, if we're going to get into a regional or world war based on an intel failure. So, we pay for this. What are we buying, right? I got smeared as a Jew hater, an anti-Semite, and conspiracy theorist because I said exactly what I just said. And I refused to back down despite all the smears thrown at me because I learned during COVID. I learned when they told us that it came from a bat in the Himalayas. I learned when they told us the vaccine was safe and effective. I learned when they told us that ivermectin was horse paste, that you better keep asking questions because it's the only thing that keeps us free. Thank you so much.
And there you go. So F you, everybody at TPUSA, and Erica Kirk, who's a toxic liar who is a part of the cover-up now.
I mean, unless you're about to be killed.
Unless she's about to be killed, then I'll cut her some slack. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, if that turns out.
Yeah, it turns out
but the fact that you're turned off by her means she's doing what she's got to do to stay alive, I guess. Could be that way. And I'll go, and if it turns out as that, I'll go, hey, I'm sorry that I thought bad of you. I'm glad you did that to stay alive. But, until then, I'm just going to trust my eyes.
Yeah. All right, over to Steph.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Thank goodness. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Go to jimmydore.com to see our upcoming shows. We've got, we did Pottstown. We had a great time in Pottstown. And, Karen, I got your email where you talked about how you had mentioned that Gary Knoll had mentioned Jimmy, and then Gary Knoll showed the clip where we shouted out to you, dreams come true, right? And we just meet so many nice people on the road. All right, let's see. Here we go, girls. If you missed our Black Friday sale, is that coming up? That little thing. Hey, if you missed our Black Friday sale, but still want to get one of our new designs, we're having another sale December 12th through the 14th. Visit jimmydore.com, then click on shop, then merch, or go directly to jimmydoreshow.dashery.com. This weekend, Friday through Sunday. Because it's important. It's really important during the holidays to be consumers. If anything I've learned during this holiday spirit is to consume. Buy expensive stuff. Just consume. You don't need to think about peace, love, Merry Christmas. Just consume. Buy stuff. Buy. You have to buy. All right. You can move very easily. Move it in the right direction. They won't get in the way. BB on the American, the Austrian painter warned a savage. The Department of War hijacked Venezuela oil tanker today.
Yeah.
God bless America. B-man, you're on it. Judian und Domus, Savage. Did I just swear in another language? See the life of Brian for the meaning. Oh, Savage, thank you so much for that. Did y'all watch the Candace show just now? Day went, no, we did not watch it just now. And they're only hijacking oil tankers from Venezuela because they were getting bad publicity about killing fishermen.
Yep.
B-man. Is Jimmy Stone Savage? No, he's just high on life.
Okay, ready?
Back to Jim.
So, PBD, Patrick Bet-David, decided to do, because there's all the hubbub, all the fake, phony people who are calling for Candace Owens to shut up, who are obviously being paid to say that, are obviously part of the cover-up themselves, or are either... Or if not that, they are the dumbest, most gullible people in the world who trust the government to tell them the truth about an assassination with a million holes in their story. And so Patrick Bet-David decided to do a poll of his own audience to see where they are. And here it is. Whose side are you on? Turning Point USA versus Candace Owens web war? Overwhelming. Even PBD's audience, and he's a Zionist. 70%.
Patrick, that value is?
Yeah, I'm almost positive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a Zionist. Yeah. Whose side are you on? Turning Point USA? If I'm not, check me on that. I don't want to put words in his mouth, and I'm almost 100% on that, but I could be wrong. Candace Owens, 70%. Turning Point, 30%. Uh-oh. Doesn't look good. So that's why now they got to get Erica Kirk to come out and start pretending she's that TPUSA are victims. They're not victims. Charlie Kirk is the victim.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk is the victim. The country is the victim. TPUSA made $70 million off selling T-shirts at a dead guy's funeral.
Hey, you should correlate these events to all the other shit Trump fucked up and did the opposite of he thought he was going to do, and you should realize you're being scammed.
That's right. Here's what I like what Evan Kilgore says. What's astonishing to me, every single Big Con Inc. influencer has essentially been anti-Candace for months. They dedicate entire segments of their shows to condemn her and post daily criticizing her. And she is still resonating in a more positive light than TPUSA.
Yes.
Now, keep in mind, everyone, there's always time for her to become Bernie. There's always time for that because, as you remember, everybody liked Bernie because they were making him out to be the pariah. And then at the end of the day, but right now, she's saying things I have no problem with.
Yeah, I don't see
what the people say.
I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening with Candace. She is no Bernie Sanders. She is no Bernie Sanders.
She's not running for office.
And
then I hope they don't do something to her because there's going to happen.
Well, of course, there's no way you're going to get away with talking this shit. There's already a murder plot out to kill her that she already uncovered from the inside the French government. She knows this. We all know this. And again, so I think big thanks to Patrick McDavid for polling his audience. Because even Patrick McDavid's audience, overwhelmingly on the side of Candace Owens and asking questions because they know it's bullshit.
It's obvious to anyone that looked at it.
I know. And let's remember, I played this in the last segment. I'll play it again. Let's remember what Charlie Kirk says about the questions we should be asking about an assassination that doesn't add up.
Again, I think the best reading of what happened there is who wanted JFK dead the most. Again, a lot of people said Israel wanted JFK dead. I'd love to hear that argument. But definitely Lyndon Baines Johnson and parts of our own government and the Cubans wanted him dead. And who actually made it happen? There were like 15 or 20 things that happened that day that were inexcusable.
Just like the 15 or 20 things that happened the day surrounding Charlie Kirk's assassination that are inexcusable. And TPUSA, Erica Kirk, all the what do you call it? Mockingbird, right-wing social media accounts are also ignoring all those things. They're also betraying Charlie Kirk's legacy because Charlie Kirk's legacy is this.
They changed the parade route. He rode in an open-air convertible. LBJ decided not to ride alongside of him.
They didn't have security on top of that roof. They lied about having a drone on top of that roof. They had nobody looking at the roof when a guy was allowed to get on the roof and then assemble a rifle, set it up, then they had nobody, but people in the crowd saw it. Then they paved over the crime scene two days later. The bullet didn't leave a drive-through window opening in the back of his neck. All they lied about the SD card. All these things.
How come at all the shootings, people in the crowd point out the suspect
that's right,
before
just
the shooting,
in Butler,
but the cops don't get it?
In Butler,
how's that?
The people in the crowd saw the guy that was getting ready to take a shot at President Trump. They all saw him, and they were screaming. Why is it that the people in the crowd see it, but the professionals, the awesome professionals, they didn't see it? Isn't that amazing? And they didn't
go look at the other shootings.
And they didn't see it
here. People
here.
called the FBI for most of them.
Yeah.
Most of the terrible shootings, someone said, it's not like the thing where like we thought he was just a quiet guy. No, they knew the guy was a problem 9 times out of 10 and went to the FBI. And guess what happened? Nothing except a tragedy.
The vehicle slowed down right when it went by the Texas School Book Depository. A lot there, right? And then again, I think that all of us are smarter to believe that it was simply Lee Harvey Oswald. The more important question is not, oh, who did it? We have to first acknowledge it that more than one person did it. Yeah. Once we acknowledge that more than one person did it, then we can expose our government to have lied to us about the JFK assassination, which then I think will sober a lot of us about trusting the government in the future.
So that's what Charlie Kirk says about stuff like this. And F you for trying to tell anybody to stop asking those questions. F you. You know who the scumbags are? The people who are covering for the FBI's nonsense BS story. You know who the scumbags are? The people at TPUSA who make it sound like asking logical questions is some kind of toxic outrage. That's who the scumbags are. The scumbags are people who are getting paid to make social media posts, trying to get people to stop asking questions about this. Those are the scumbags. The scumbags are the people who are completely betraying Charlie Kirk's own goddamn legacy right here. This is his legacy. Legacy is once we admit that it was more than one person, we can prove the government's lying. So that's where we are right now with this investigation. There is no investigation except the investigation being done by people like Candace Owens, Ian Williams, people at this show, people at a handful of other shows who are actually Ryan Matta. People are actually looking into this.
Yeah. Didn't Ben Shapiro take over TPUSA?
No, his wife, Erica, is now the CEO, I think. But didn't he say, I don't know. And let's remember what also Charlie said.
Because I learned during COVID. I learned when they told us that it came from a bat in the Himalayas. I learned when they told us the vaccine was safe and effective. I learned when they told us that ivermectin was horse paste, that you better keep asking questions because it's the only thing that keeps us free. Thank you so much.
So is he a scumbag? Because he's telling me and Candace Owens from the grave, he's telling us never stop asking questions because the government's lying. And you should have learned this a long time ago. Should have learned it during Russiagate. You should have learned it during Ukraine war. You should have learned it during COVID. And you should know it now. You should always keep asking questions. Always. And anybody shaming you for asking logical questions is a scumbag who is on the wrong side of this and is being paid to lie to you, and they're called Mockingbird Media, and if they're not being paid to lie to you, they're the dumbest people in the world.
Which is a lot of people.
Which is a lot of people. I'll admit, that is a lot of people. Okay, and if you want to hear my jokes about this, come see me in Waikiki, January 11th, or January 30th in Los Angeles at the Comedy Store. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets. Over to Steph.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy. You keep this up. All Fuentes in here. And that's JD Vance. Thank you, Jim Hansen. Much appreciated. Go vent your Jew. What? Savage. Trump didn't drain the swamp. The swamp drained him and has left a soulless husky behind.
Well, you know what I like to say?
What do you like to say, Jim? Show him.
Trump drained the swamp, and what did he find at the bottom? His cabinet.
Are they going to say Chabad?
Go ahead.
So